initiative. And in my current capacity, and I want to thank so many of the chamber member businesses. There are over 20 chamber member businesses. While government at different levels is trying to come together with solution and allocate resources through the budgetary process, in the short term and over the long term, the business community stepped up hundreds of thousands of dollars to help launch and then continue to match monies at the federal level to launch the Wisdom Tree Initiative. One of those businesses or chamber member organizations is here, Massport, Andy Davis, who is here, and so many others. But literally, whether it be Walmart, CSX, others, putting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the aggregate into this effort is something that I want to note as well. And just congratulations. We're not done. We are all, no matter what hat we're wearing today, but as citizens of the city of Central Massachusetts, stewards of that legacy that was created, that we benefited from, and today's just another manifestation of it today with the planting of these historic trees.
I skipped over it in order, but it in no way reflects the great admiration that I have for our DPW Commissioner, Paul Moosey. And I mentioned earlier a thank you to the Worcester Parks Department and to DPW for all they've done, to get us through this brutal winter that we had, and to get the parks back online. So many of our ball fields, we had to delay the opening to make sure that we could get the young people back into the parks and playing and enjoying recreational activities. And I am so impressed as I've kind of been able to dig into all the things that the DPW and the Parks Department do. I wrote a As I See It for the Telegram a couple of weeks ago commemorating Earth Day and tried to talk about all the amazing things that we've done as a city, whether it be our recycling program, which is one of the best in all of New England. We have one of the highest recycling rates anywhere in New England. And the really progressive strategies that we've used, whether it be around water or wastewater or in the way we manage our parks, to really being good environmental stewards. And that is in no small measure because of the leadership of the DPW. And somebody who's put 30 years of his life serving the city and continues in this new role, and we're very fortunate to have him, Commissioner Paul Moosey.
Everybody. I'm glad to be here today because, the Asian longhorned beetles were mentioned several times. I think we started really appreciating trees when we started losing them. And one thing I want to remind that just the west side of the park here, the north side of the park, the east side of the park, the beetle is surrounding this 450-acre beautiful piece of property. And just as recent as this winter, with the leadership of the DCR, particularly the city manager, took a full step back. I mean, this is our gem. This is our gem of a park. It's really the appropriate place after 100 years to reintroduce the chestnut tree. One of the things I'd like to see in this park is, passive activities, active recreation. But another piece of that would really be a learning lab. And I know it's one of the things we've discussed, myself and Assistant Commissioner Antonelli, of a grove to watch the chestnut tree grow over time. And really, I think that would be another asset to this, what I call gem of a park. So I want to leave everybody with that thought, and I really thank everyone for their support for this park and all our other parks. Because, with staffs the way they are compared to the acreage we have, without everybody's help, they wouldn't look like they did. So I want to thank everybody again for that.
I also want to acknowledge who has joined us, another one of my bosses, another great champion of trees, making sure we maintain the great urban canopy we have in the city of Worcester, City Councilor Connie Woods. So the planting of the chestnut tree here at Elm Park, at Green Hill Park, could not have happened had it not been for the work of some very clever scientists who've been able to develop a new chestnut tree that is resistant to the blight that saw all of the chestnut trees pretty much on the East Coast disappear. And so somebody who's helped us restore this species and somebody who's really helped bring these new chestnut trees here to the city of Worcester, I want to introduce the president of the Massachusetts and Rhode Island chapter of the American Chestnut Foundation, Lois Brault-Mellican.
Thank you so much for inviting the American Chestnut Foundation to take part in Worcester's Arbor Day ceremony. The mission of restoring a blight-resistant American chestnut tree to the eastern forests of the United States will not happen overnight, nor will it be easy. Instead, it will be a long, slow process that could take generations. Here in Worcester, it will require hard work and enduring friendships between an idealistic city government, one of the best technical high schools in the country, and all of the advocates of Green Hill Park who have always held Veterans Park's interests close to their hearts. The brilliance of Andrew Green's gift to the people of Worcester from so long ago is that it's a gift that truly keeps on giving. Like everyone else, Mr. Green would surely have been saddened by the loss of so many trees to the ALB. But we can be equally sure that he would have been thrilled to know that Green Hill Park, together with city foresters and Worcester Technical High School's environmental program, can play a hugely important role in one of the most interesting and important conservation projects of our time, the return of a healthy, blight-resistant American chestnut tree. Thanks again for inviting us to this beautiful park, and in the spirit of full disclosure and honesty, we already admit to daydreaming about how exciting next year's Arbor Day is.
Yeah.
Well, as Lois mentioned, what we're going to do today, and so many great things that happen in this park, couldn't happen without the help and support of our Worcester Technical High School students and staff. We have many partnerships here at Green Hill Park that involve our Worcester Technical High School students, whether it be the Vet Tech program with our petting zoo or the environmental studies program that help in so many ways, including helping to do some of the planting that's already taken place. So representing his fellow students, we have Cotey Collins, who's an environmental technology student.
Good morning. The American chestnut tree once dominated the eastern half of the United States. However, things began to change once the eastern American chestnut position as the dominant tree species in our eastern forests. Today we're making history. We're bringing the American chestnut back to Massachusetts, and Worcester is leading the way. Throughout my 4 years of high school in Worcester Tech's environmental science program, I had many great opportunities to be active helping the environment. 3 years ago, we helped plant trees at Green Hill Park to return what was lost when the Asian longhorn beetles infested our trees. And today, we're helping plant and to return the American chestnut tree back and Massachusetts. Thank you.
I think we should all apologize to the Worcester Technical High School students. I know they're very anxious to get back to class. We apologize.
That's okay.
As I mentioned when I introduced the former Lieutenant Governor, the other kind of critical partner to identifying literally tens of millions of dollars of resources to fight the Asian longhorn beetle, as well as building the partnerships that help mitigate some of the negative consequences of that battle. Is somebody I had the honor to work for as the chief of staff for 6 years, and is ably represented here today by a former mayor of Worcester. That's Congressman Jim McGovern, and on his behalf, former Mayor Joe O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you this morning to represent Congressman Jim McGovern. He regrets he can't be with you, but he had to be in Washington this morning. But he wanted me to come to say thank you. Thank you to all the people that are gathered here today, our elected officials, many who are here, our city leaders, representatives of the state government, community members, members of the Chestnut Foundation, and the Worcester Tree Initiative. The Congressman also wanted to say a very special word of thanks, as Lieutenant Governor pointed out, to Commissioner Murray for the remarkable work you've done here for the city of Worcester. So much progress has been made over this last 8 years and couldn't have been done without your leadership and the DCR team who are here. As you know, there is just been a real amazing thing happening here in the city of Worcester. We've heard from folks about the efforts of the Worcester Tree Initiative and all the partners to plant more than 30,000 trees. And that first happened because we were responding to devastation, the physical devastation caused in Burncoat and other neighborhoods and surrounding communities by the Asian longhorn beetle. And along the way, we learned about the remarkable benefits of planting trees, not just the physical benefits, but the impact they have on climate, on keeping our homes cool in the summer and warmer in the winter. They help us to address health issues, stormwater issues, and we really learned a great deal about what trees can add to our community. And then more recently, we've made the connection between trees and food security with the efforts to plant community nurseries of fruit trees around the city. We've got now 3 of those around the city. And today's another step in that direction. We're not only planting trees, the chestnut, which is going to be a hardy, strong tree that will provide all those health and physical benefits, but it's also going to be a food source for animals and for birds here in our community, as well as hopefully in humans. I'm told actually in 6 years, is that right, we'll be able to gather here, so mark your calendar 6 years from now.
6 years.
We're all going to gather here to roast chestnuts by the open fire, a little bit warmer. So I really think it's a remarkable day for the city, and I was asked actually to point out one other thing by Mary Little, which is that all around you see the work of the Garden Club, which has created this arboretum that has little informational plaques about all the different trees you see, and I want to give a special thanks to them. Chestnut is about educating people and engaging, which is really what the Worcester Tree Initiative and the city and all the partners have engaged in, and a continuation of that by the great work of the Garden Club and so many people here. We look forward to working with all of you to plant chestnuts everywhere around the city. I hope to get one from my yard soon, and thank you once again on behalf of the Congressman. It's been a great day.
Woo!
So let's do what we're all here to do: celebrate Arbor Day and plant some new chestnut trees.